Welcome again to our weekly witnessing tip. I'm Mark, and this is not Gina, this is Tasha. Tasha's sitting in today because she wants to talk about our current campaign called Light of the World. So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so the last several years, the LDS Church has come out with a Christmas campaign entitled Light the World. And they focus on Jesus being their example and the things that they can do for others and in their community to light the world. So the focus is a lot on Jesus as their example and what they can do. And what we're doing is we're changing that up a little bit and focusing on the light of the world, which is Jesus. And so we're putting shareable images and videos up, and we've gotten a lot of traction so far on those.
Yeah, it's been really exciting to see all the comments and everything. This week in our campaign, we're really emphasizing that Jesus came to die for us, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you know, even at Christmas, we can talk about that. You know, last year, you probably don't remember, but I talked about using some of the Christian symbols or Christmas symbols to talk about Jesus. And one of them I mentioned was the poinsettia or poinsettia, however you want to pronounce it. But do you remember what the poinsettia, what it symbolized?
Well, the leaves are kind of pointy, which is a symbol of the crown of thorns, right? Yeah. And then the red color is for Jesus' blood.
Yeah, Jesus' blood, right. And so, you know, easily if somebody's got a poinsettia, you can say, oh, by the way, do you know what the symbolism is? And you can get right into it. This year, however, just want to encourage you to think of some of the real common Christmas carols, you know, the songs that everybody are singing, and how you can use them to witness. And the one I want to talk about this week is What Child Is This? And one of the reasons I want to point to that is because in its second stanza, it brings out the fact that Jesus came to die for us when it says, nail, spear shall pierce him through, the cross he will bear for me, for you. So it brings it right out. But what's really interesting is in the December issue of the LDS magazine called the Ensign, right there in the middle is a hymn, What Child Is This? So it's right there in their magazine. So you could just say, hey, have you ever thought about the words of that second stanza, that he came to die for us? And then you can get into a little witnessing. See, that's how it works.
Okay, yeah, and that verse reminds me a lot of one of my favorite pictures, which is of the manger with a shadow of the cross over the top of it.
Yeah, that's a really nice picture. Yeah, I like that picture. So whatever you do, you know, using Christmas symbols, Christmas songs, there are just so many opportunities during this month to talk about Jesus. So hopefully you can find opportunities to do that. And Tasha, one more time, why don't you just tell them a little bit about our campaign?
Yeah, so I'm going to link some of the activity that's been going on in our campaign. So I'll have some links to some of the videos that are getting a lot of traction and comments. And please feel free to go on there and comment as well and answer people's questions. We really appreciate the help, and it's great to just have the community support. And I'll also link to some of our shareable images that you can share directly with your LDS friends and neighbors. And more specifically, go to our Be Perfect Facebook page. That's the site of our ministry where we witness directly to the LDS. And all of that information on there is strictly for not only witnessing directly to them, but it's also a great resource for you to share with your friends and family as well.
Right, and one of the neat resources, I don't know what the technical term is, but there's like a template that you can put Light of the World for around your profile picture, right?
Yeah, it's a profile frame, so I'll link that here too. We're seeing a wide range of people putting that on, which is really fun because the LDS have their own version. So we have one that's saying Jesus is the light of the world. So we would really appreciate you putting that message out through that as well.
Yeah, thanks so much. And by the way, this campaign is going on 6 continents. So we're getting comments from around the world. So it's just really exciting. I hope you go visit the site, right?
Yeah. And if we don't talk to you before then, have a very Merry Christmas.
Yep. Blessed Christmas. See you next week.
Bye.